don't like that.
All right, folks, can you hear me? Michelle,
Yeah.
can you hear me? I can't see the chat, so
Yep.
conversation.
Let's see. You're cutting out your free, like your phone.
The internet connection here sucks.
Yeah, it keeps on freezing. Like, Hello?
Hello.
Hey, Justin.
Hi. Hello, Michelle.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's nice to see you on your first live stream.
Yeah, well, welcome aboard. Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen it in the title. It said something about a baby or something on the way.
Yeah, Justin, where are you from?
California.
Oh, whereabouts in California?
Yeah. Mhm.
That's awesome.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm 32. Huh. Yep. Yep.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
I just saw your channel though. Huh.
Well,
Say.
I'm probably just gonna do a non-video live stream tonight. But I want to thank you for coming on the panel, okay?
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Justin.
Yep. You're welcome. I'll be back on your panels maybe some other time. In
Okay,
case if
so
you have a panel. You know.
okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, hello.
Yeah, kick it.
There he is.
You're pregnant?
Yeah. Well, I
Oh,
did. I didn't want to say anything too soon because I don't. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Congratulations, Michelle.
we're gonna go with it for now. I mean, thanks,
Oh,
Mark.
good. Good.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I'm not gonna get too. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited.
Oh,
How
good.
did you find out?
What's that?
How did you find out?
Oh, how do you think? Oh, no, what do you
Well, did
mean?
you take a test or
She
you
had
go
Yeah,
to a
intercourse.
doctor?
yeah.
Mark, she had intercourse.
Oh,
Yeah, I
just
guess.
once?
Yeah.
Wow, like that, eh?
Well,
Did you flunk an EPT test?
I told Stephanie. I told Stephanie. I said, since my YouTube journey, I've met a ton of Stephanies who I became friends with. So I was thinking Stephanie for a girl, and also with my YouTube journey, well, from the beginning, I met a ton of Toms, and
No, you won't
actually,
be done.
one of them really helped me out a lot. I was like, but I don't know. I always liked
In what
Emily.
way? Your pregnancy?
No, no. Here we go.
Getting pregnant.
Well, I mean,
You-
she got pregnant during her YouTube journey. She met a lot of times.
No, I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
I mean, like a lot of a lot of guys named Tom have came into my life, like as
Oh,
far
cool.
as just crossing paths and
Yeah.
whatever. So
Right. Oh, good.
yeah, I don't
Cool.
know. With my son, it was weird because I had a girl's name picked out. I always wanted a girl. Always wanted a girl,
Hmm.
and it just never, like when I found out I was having a boy, I was so upset. You could ask my, I don't care. You could tell my son. I was like, and then I was like, you know what my luck is? This was before like I had him and then realized how expensive, then reality hit, taking care of a child. I wanted to have more, but then I was like, like, okay. Um, I I was like, I'm gonna have all boys knowing my luck. I really wanted a girl, but I'm probably gonna end up just having a bunch of like, I was gonna have a football team of boys. That's what I told everybody. I said, here I am. I'm like, oh, I really want a girl, like
It
this
could
and
be
that.
a
Oh,
girl, though,
Michelle
right?
has like
Yeah.
7 boys that I have to put in line all the time. Tell them to go take laps around the house when they're bored and not get into trouble. That would be my luck. I would have all boys. No,
I
don't
wonder.
touch the girls. No, be nice to girls.
Oh, good. Good for
So
you.
did you was it a? Oh no, was it? Sorry, I just got. I lost my train of thought
Yeah.
here again.
No, babies and
Mark's jealous.
it'll be
Yeah.
one of those things for sure because I know
Yeah.
how I remember how it was in the beginning and I'm probably like I don't know. We'll see what happens, but um
So
yeah, women take
Was it planned, or like did you were working on a kid, or is this a surprise?
I've been wanting to have another one for a long time, but
Right. Yeah.
sometimes it just doesn't happen
Mhm.
that way
Mhm.
and
Can
whatever.
you trace it back to a particular night?
Well, once I take, what's funny is with my son, here's a story for you guys. I didn't find out I was pregnant with my son till I was 4 months pregnant. And I still
Wow.
didn't think I was pregnant. Like, yeah, I was very pregnant when I found out I was pregnant. I thought I was just like sick, not feeling, whatever. And
Missing 4 periods and getting
well,
larger.
yeah,
Yeah.
then I found
Some
out my
women, yeah.
then I found out my due date and I got pregnant on Valentine's Day with him.
Ah,
Oh, that's
wow.
perfect. Perfect.
Valentine's Day. Here's Michelle the
Yeah.
Sap.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, I
Would-
mean, we'll see. It's a lot on a woman's body. Like you guys don't
Oh,
even
big
know.
time, man.
Like
Yeah.
it's even when you're
I'm reading a
young.
book. I'm reading a book. It's called Rebel Cell. It's about cancer, and
Okay.
that's the prevalence in cancer in women as opposed to men. And it's the hormonal fluctuations based on being able to give birth, whether you have children or whether you don't. It's directly tied to breast cancer.
Huh. That's weird.
Having a yep. Other species too, other animals. It's the triggers sometimes, the mutations that occur because of the hormonal fluctuations that evidently trigger these mutant genes to run amok, particularly with breast cancer. It's interesting.
Well, um, I know a lot of people had who, had cancer, beat
Yeah,
cancer, all of that. And I think a lot of it sometimes has to do with hormones too, like
it
different
does.
hormones. But I know somebody, she got hormone therapy and it worked. She got hormone therapy, surgery,
Mhm.
done. Didn't have to go through all of the really, it was a good journey for her. I was there for her the whole time. She
Here-
didn't
here's
have,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, she didn't have to go through nearly, I've seen it definitely worse.
Here's another weird one. None of the childhood cancers are tied to environment at all.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, they're all. Are you saying they're all inherited,
yeah,
or?
yeah. Genetic predispositions and just cancer is very prevalent in everything. We kind of look
Yeah.
at it as like sinister and bad, and where it's the
We all have it.
consequence. Right. It's whether our genes mutate.
Right.
I
Yeah,
think,
and it's a cost of living as a species. Now there are things that exacerbate it and will raise your risk factors for triggers, mutations,
Right.
radiation, smoking cigarettes, high fat diets.
yeah.
But some people, just I was just flipping through YouTube things and there's a nice lady that Cat something is her name. And I just happened to catch where all the money from the song was going to her kids. She died 31.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, sucks. I mean, that's young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But cancer is prevalent in everything. One-celled amoebas.
Yeah.
It's a mutant gene. It isn't, it's science. It isn't bad luck.
I think like it's also more prevalent the older that you are
It is.
too. I've seen a lot of
Over 50
it's
over 50.
yeah.
People over 50 stand a 1 in 2 chance of getting some form of cancer.
Well,
I
I know,
heard that statistic
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah. And it's
That is
basically, you know what
wild.
it is? It's your immune system.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically what it comes down to. And but
I
like,
say the
but
same thing all the time too. Another example, toenail fungus. You don't see
mm,
anybody 20 getting that.
I have, but that's
Not
okay.
much.
I'm not gonna.
Now you can get athlete's foot and things like that. Yeah, but if you look at stats, it's a weakened immune system. Yeah,
I
Stephanie
mean,
and I are going to finish both our immune systems off
Hi guys.
when she
Hi,
visits.
Stephanie.
Hey, Michelle. How old are you, honey?
39.
Oh, 39.
I know what
Yeah.
you're thinking.
Well, no, my sister. I just wanted to tell Michelle. My sister was 36 when she had my niece, and boy, it was pretty hard on her.
I
So,
mean, my son was. I'm a tough cookie, and my son was hard on me. I was young when I had him.
uh-huh.
It wasn't the I would laugh at people like you see these pregnant women who are like, oh yes, like I loved being pregnant and this and that, and here I am. But here I was like, oh geez, like when is this gonna be over? And then like I
Yeah,
went through a very difficult time afterwards and everything. And
yeah.
it definitely, so thank your mothers, okay? So like
Yeah.
everybody, I hope you
No,
guys loved your
yeah, no, I
mothers
did.
because she
Yeah,
went through a lot to have you,
yeah,
you
Oh
guys.
yeah, yeah, I
it's true.
bet.
Was it your cousin Stephanie, or who was it that was at
Sister,
36?
sister.
My
Was
sister.
Yeah.
was she relatively healthy before, or
Yeah, she was. She she had to have a C-section with Sarah. My nephew, she had the regular way, but they had to take Sarah out of her.
Hey, I can
right?
tell you about that too. People that were C-section babies that didn't get breastfed, both things have just a slew of other health complications later on.
Well,
Oh God.
I opted to breastfeed and I told everybody else, I said, you know, my friends, a lot of my friends, they didn't want to go that route and everything because they
No,
were,
it's super.
I said, do you know how
Yeah,
healthy it is for
yeah.
my child,
It's got everything in it.
my son did not get sick until he started school.
Yeah,
Right.
Not even
Yeah.
a fever. I was
yeah,
getting nervous. I was getting worried for him because I was like, wait a minute, like shouldn't he at least like have some, and they're like, well, you know, the breastfeeding that you did because
yeah.
the milk that comes out of your breast milk has all of these antibodies
Yeah.
and really
It
helps with the immune
has
system.
oxytocin too, which is a feel-good chemical hormone.
Yeah, and I said, why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
It's convenient.
yeah,
It's you don't have to pay any money to do it. And it was
yeah,
like the most natural thing I ever did in my life. Like the
yeah,
bonding I had with him during those
yeah.
times. I mean,
That was
sometimes
the
it was
second most natural thing.
right,
The first
right,
one was getting pregnant.
right, right. Um,
Sure.
but no, like I was like, oh, this is what these are made for. Like I was like, I looked around and
It's
I'm
true.
like, oh,
Yeah,
this is what it's supposed to be like.
yeah.
But no, it was some of the best times I ever had was when I
Now
was
you're depressing me and Mark. We're both shooting blanks, have been for years. No kid.
no, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Tom, you probably have children you don't
No,
even
I
know
don't. I
about.
don't. I had
You
one
sure?
girl say, yeah, one girl said I got her pregnant one time, but I don't believe it. Yeah.
Tom has mystery
She
children.
got an abortion. I don't think I did though. I don't think I did though. I had a low sperm count my whole life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, so did my son's father apparently couldn't have children, so that's why I didn't even think I was
What was his
pregnant.
reason? I know why I couldn't. There wasn't any sperm left.
He didn't. I
Mixed
didn't
it all
ask
up.
him.
Yeah.
I didn't ask him what his reason was. I just
Well, I can tell
trusted
you the
what he
first thing
said.
they tell you to. The first thing they tell you to if you go to a fertility clinic is to quit jacking off. I'm not kidding you. It lowers
Yeah,
your
that makes
sperm count.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why I think mine was damn near zero for 4 decades.
Probably, yeah. I probably was. Yeah.
No, it was. Yeah, it was. That's the
Yeah.
first thing they say.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, mine was so low. One time I was paging through my doctor's notes while he left the room, and I saw they found some sperm in my urine sample.
Oh, God.
Shit, you're
There
not.
it is.
I'm not kidding you.
There it is, everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm not kidding you.
Oh, my
I was a little
God.
bit embarrassed about it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a healthy young male. That's how we all got here, people.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't that mean that you were jacking off in the waiting room?
No, I did that once too. Yeah, I got
I am
thinking
so
about
sorry,
sex.
Dad.
Yeah, I know. I
So,
did.
wait a
I'm
minute.
embarrassed
So did
about
you
it. I was
donate?
embarrassed about it. No, I figured I was like 19. It's like, I mean, at 19, I mean, there was one way to get rid of that baby.
Did you?
What are you
So
supposed to do? You know how you wear those like things where they tie in the back?
Right.
Yeah.
Look like a fucking Louisville Slugger.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Oh,
no hiding.
God.
You know, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, I
did
know.
you now? Did you So you donated to a sperm bank, so you might have kids.
No, I don't think I do. No, I never did. No,
Oh,
there
you
was
never
none
did.
left.
Oh, okay.
I think, but I'm pretty sure based on what I've read over the years, I had a pretty low sperm count. Now, I don't think that's considered safe sex, but plus, yeah, I mean, you guys know me pretty well. I got out of intercourse anytime I could. I
Right.
did. I never was really into it that much. And when I was young, and it was a means to an end. Yeah. Can't wait. I'm bringing it back, though, girl.
Oh God, Michelle, I'm
gonna
gonna have to.
Tom's gonna end
I'm
up
gonna.
having Tom's gonna end
Tom,
up having like
stop.
these
Yeah.
kids. We're gonna see.
Michelle,
Can you
I
imagine
am.
little baby Toms running around?
Yeah.
Oh God,
Yeah.
Michelle, I'm gonna crochet you some baby blankets. I love
Aw.
making baby blankets. So
Aw.
what
Yeah.
we'll do is we'll go through Tom so I can send it to you.
Well, don't start it yet. I don't want to get too excited yet, you
Yeah.
guys.
Oh,
Okay.
it's too
I
early.
don't want to
Okay,
like
honey.
get like.
No,
Okay.
she can whip it out.
I
She
don't
doesn't
wanna-
want to jinx. She
I mean,
doesn't.
I
She doesn't want to
appreciate it.
jinx it.
I appreciate.
Yeah.
I just don't want to like. I don't want to like get like really really excited. You know what I mean? Like and then
Right.
like so.
Yeah.
I'm playing it cool. You know. I mean, I'm excited. Kind of. I'm just. You
Well,
know.
it's
I'm gonna keep
still
it at bay a
early,
little bit.
right?
Yeah.
It's still early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good for you.
But yeah,
I
with
see
my
that.
son, I didn't even know I was pregnant. Here I was. Actually, it was my girlfriend Stephanie, who I was hanging out with, and she told me, she goes, I just told her, I'm like, I haven't been really feeling that well. And she was like, you're pregnant. And I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant. And she was like, no, you got to get a pregnancy test. I'm taking you to the store, right? I'm like, I'm not freaking pregnant. Like, I literally argued with her for like hours over it. And I did it. And sure enough, she was right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I cried.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I
know
would've
what?
cried, too.
Yeah. I mean,
would've-
there's a lot of women that
Good
don't
cry.
even, it takes them a long time to even show that they're pregnant.
Yeah.
And then some women just get big right away, too.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I
Some
wasn't.
are already big.
Oh God! My sister is small, and she got so huge, but she got that. What is that thing where you swell up, Michelle? What is that called when you
Oh.
swell up when you're pregnant?
It's
What do
water
they
retention
call that?
in your
Yeah,
ankles and stuff.
Yeah,
edema.
and her
Yeah.
hands, her feet, her
Edema.
ankles. Yeah,
Yeah.
she swelled up real big with Sarah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It happens. Like your body goes through so much when you're like so much.
Yeah.
And even through that, we're not even talking about labor and like after you deliver the child, you still go through a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
So love your mothers because they loved you so much. They went through a lot
Oh
just to have
yeah.
you. Even if life wasn't the best for you,
Yeah. Well, in my era, it was a little different. No
Yeah,
birth control and
well,
shit,
my
man. The chances of getting pregnant were a hell of a lot higher back then.
No,
I think my whole neighborhood was like that. All my
No,
friends
you're
and
right.
stuff.
You're right, Tom, because my parents and aunts and uncles, which are around your age, did not believe in birth control. So you have
Catholics,
my
Catholics.
my one
but they
um
support the rhythm method, which is birth control.
well, my one aunt pulled me aside when I had my son, and she goes, she was like, I don't want to tell you this, but I wish, birth control, because she had 4 kids
Oh
that
yeah,
that were right back to, like, it was like they were
Yeah.
like a year apart from
Yeah.
each other. So
like I say all the time, hormones.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
When you're young and in your 20s and early, you don't even need to be in love. None of that shit. That's all you're. Yeah, it's all you're thinking about and doing, and even with people you're not going to marry. It's hormones running the whole damn show.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Now I watch birds, and Stephanie looks forward to a box of beef jerky in the mail.
Yeah, I know that my hormones are gone.
Yeah, mine
I would
too.
think I was excited buying new tennis shoes today.
Oh, yeah, no, right. Yeah,
Congratulations, Miss Stephanie.
yeah, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, we have someone new that wants to come on the panel. Let's see.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
Hi, Chris. You're
Can you
Hey,
hear
muted.
us?
Christopher.
He's muted.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
On
Completely.
his end or your end?
on his
Or
end.
maybe he's sleeping. Shh.
Yeah. Why would he be muted and come on a chat?
Yeah. Hey, you.
Chris, wake
Your
up.
thing.
Okay,
Your
hold on.
thing. I can't hear you.
He's talking in the back chat.
He's loading his shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have
Yeah,
you
be
back up,
careful,
Chris,
Michelle.
when you want to
You don't
talk.
want a porn bomb or anything.
Yeah, right.
I've seen that guy before on another chat.
Have you?
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was just on, and it's one I don't ever go. I don't know why I did. And he was on.
Oh.
But
Was he talking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you're right. A lot of women now use birth control. Birth control is definitely more
Yeah.
of a lot of women.
Yeah, man. It's different now.
Yeah, it's not like how it was. It's a lot of
It's
even
expensive too.
ones who you wouldn't think like were raised like strict religion. Just like
No, they're the best in bed.
they have like everybody's like has tried something as far as birth control goes. But to be honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
I tried all the birth controls and like I got majorly sick off of almost each and every one of them that I tried. So I couldn't do it. For whatever reason,
Wow.
I would get so
Bummer.
sick every time.
Oh my God, Michelle, do you remember the sponge?
Oh.
Yes, I never did
IUD.
that one.
IUD.
Yeah, the
Never-
IU, the
I didn't want to do the
IUD.
IUD. I did not want
Yeah.
to do that one because
They had that, and they had the sponge.
I don't
Yeah.
want something in my body like that. No.
Yeah.
Something in your
I
body
know.
like that. That's why you were putting it in there for the other thing in your
No,
body.
I did not want something placed in my. No, I was okay not going that route. I tried the other ones though.
God.
I was like, no, I don't want that in my body. They're like, okay, Michelle.
The sponge, yeah, that's old, boy.
Yep. I
Oh,
remember.
thanks everybody, Marsha.
And then the pill, and then good old
Yeah.
fashioned rubbers.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
what-
rubbers
what-
would have worked. Michelle, rubbers didn't make you sick, right?
they came
No.
off when they were drinking.
They keep
Oh.
yeah, they break.
They had the. Don't they have a shot too?
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you, Stephanie. I did. I tried that because I was like, oh yeah, this is awesome. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
you get a shot like once every 3 months, and like
Right.
yeah, right. That was the worst for me. Like I was so
Oh.
sick. The side effects that I had, it was
Bummer.
horrible. And then they're like, oh yeah, well let's try it again. Maybe it won't be so bad. I'm like, you didn't go through the 3 months of
Wow.
and then of course I get everybody saying, well, maybe you shouldn't be taking birth control, Michelle. Maybe that's a sign.
Don't mind their own business.
Oh. Yeah.
But people take birth control pills not just for birth control
Right.
too.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
other reasons. why.
Anti-cancer fighting component.
Yeah, cancer
Makes your
fighting.
breast bigger.
Acne, if you have
Yeah. Anthony.
clears up your
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other reasons for women that
That's-
take it.
I hope they all take them. I'll tell you the reason I gave them to them is keep them 25 years of payments. Worth every dime.
Well, can you imagine? Can you imagine if there's little Toms running around?
No,
We would
I'm
all
sure
have
there's
to-
that. I would know about it.
Yeah, watch. You have somebody reach
Yeah,
out
you
to
would have known by now if
Yeah.
there were.
Yeah, okay, not
Yeah.
necessarily. I know a couple women who kept it pretty well hidden from their fathers.
How about-
That's
How
pretty
about how about this, Daddy?
good. Yeah, rubber boots and sheep.
They didn't
Yeah.
want. They didn't want these women that I knew. They didn't want nothing from the guy except for the baby. So they literally
No, I've heard of that.
broke
That
up.
happened where I was living up there in northern Michigan.
Yeah.
Girls getting pregnant on purpose.
That's
yeah.
cruel. That's cruel to the child, though.
Yeah.
I
No,
didn't
you
know.
know, as far as I knew, they were good mothers. They just needed that, part of it, but they didn't
Yeah.
want the guy around.
They were. They know they did end up being good, like but they just
Yeah.
for what I didn't understand it completely, but
Mhm.
it's not really for me to understand if
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like so hey, whatever
Oh, okay.
works, I mean.
Well, you're talking to the three of the wrong people, and we're half fucking dead, all three of us. You're talking about getting pregnant.
I know.
Stephanie's going back to her old drivers, trying to figure out the last time she was laid, probably about 16 years ago. Me, it's been over 25.
You
Mark
know
is a
what,
big
Tom?
secret.
No, I don't think about
There's no
that. I don't
secret
think
with
about
me.
the
I don't
last
think secret.
time.
It's
Oh,
because it's so long ago.
God.
It had to have been
16
around.
years. Yeah, 16 years. You're right, Tom.
Yeah. See?
Yep.
And then it just went all downhill. Guys bringing over bags of dildos.
Oh, yeah.
What a weirdo.
16 years since what,
you-
Stephanie?
What?
16. It's been 16 years for you for what?
That I've had sex.
Oh.
Mark, oh.
You know what was funny? So when I got pregnant with my son, I worked with all men, right? So you would think it would be weird or whatever else. They were bringing me food. They kept on trying to feed me more. They kept on saying they always looked out for me. It was the cutest thing ever. They were like little oh, you don't have to pick that up and you don't have to do this. You're pregnant. So they were actually the most sensitive people that I worked with as far as me being pregnant, which I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
But they all literally were like, "Don't pick that up," and this and that, and they were actually really supportive. Like one time, one of the guys walked me into the store, like literally, because I wasn't feeling that great, and I was really big at the time, and I had a physical job too, and
Well, you have a job now. Have you been there long enough that they'll let you go on maternity leave?
They have to.
They have to by law. It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
New York.
Yeah.
They probably got to pay for the fucking baby's college too in that fucking state. Seriously.
Really?
That's the
Really,
most fucked up fuck. Yeah.
Is that a
That's
bad
right
thing,
next to
though?
California.
Is that a bad thing? Is that a bad thing though? Think about it.
Fuck yeah. Or the taxpayers got to pay for it.
Yeah, but another educated person instead of not, you know what I mean? Like, is that really?
Fuck that.
Rita, I missed that. I'm glad you brought that part up. The baby smell. I used to love smelling my son when he was a baby.
Oh, baby
Oh.
smell, of
They
course.
do.
I never-
they have
I
a
never heard of
smell
it.
to them.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, babies
Oh.
all have the same smell, sort of.
Oh, really?
It's like this.
Yeah,
It's like this
it's baby
fresh.
scent.
It's weird.
Huh.
It is. It's like this fresh. Like you don't even have to bathe when they're babies. Yeah, you don't even have to give them baths that often. Like it's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. Except for when they go to the bathroom, which we all know. Well, that's not.
Diapers.
So Stephanie, let's see. Now you're what? 62, Stephanie?
66.
66.
66.
So
Yeah.
50 is the last time you got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good riddance.
See how freely we talk on here?
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you're that. I'll probably be the same way. I'll probably be like, yeah, but I remember those days when I was young, and then I'll have it. I'll have.
But that's a
probably-
that's a perfect example of hormones going south.
Well, if I have the baby, think about it like this: the baby will be when I'm like your age, the baby will be like 26.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
already off and hopefully college or
Yeah.
found somebody.
Probably be a serial killer.
My kids, my kids are bad. I'll warn
This,
everybody.
this is
My
how
kids are
everybody thinks
bad.
of their kids, though, in like the most positive, like light. What's coming?
No, like the weird thing was when
Yeah.
I was pregnant with my son, I freaking was just like all over the place. And it was weird because people would come up to me and like kiss my belly. Like I was like, I would have customers like come in the store because I worked
Weird.
that's when I was working at the grocery store. And they were just like, it was a little weird. Like sometimes I was like, okay. And
I think that's weird. Don't you, Stephanie?
I'm sorry I missed it.
it was
She
not
said when she worked, people would kiss her belly.
it was,
Some used to like
Oh,
slipping the tongue to her belly button.
they were,
ew,
they were,
no.
it wasn't like that at all. Like I had these like women. It was just weird. Like I had and they would
There's
just
a
like
fetish for that, by the way. It's called belly worship.
well, I don't think that's what they were there for, but they were just like
Well, what was
I
left?
would
Not much
want,
left.
well, I always wanted to touch my sister's belly to see if I could feel
Yeah,
the
but
baby.
that's a relation, a sister. That's
Oh,
different. But
well
strangers coming in a fucking grocery store,
well
oh
I
yeah, I
don't
would
Putting
I
it
and
in
never.
the
I
belly.
super fucking weird.
you want to know
Yeah.
what else is weird?
Huh.
I never saw these people after I had like I went back to work after, obviously my maternity leave. And I never saw the people that came in again. It was very like afterwards. Yeah, like people would literally like kiss their hand, touch my belt. Like it was just, but there's a lot of, like I said, like religious people and everything
Fucking
else.
weirdos.
That is weird. What do they expect that to do?
Yeah.
I don't,
It's
Oh
gonna be
yeah.
good now. You can
I
have
Hey,
a
don't,
good one.
Yeah, you got to watch people kissing babies too, getting herpes.
Yeah.
They have no immune system when they're little.
well, when my son was a baby, I didn't even take him out of the house till he was like 4 months, but it was also because I had him in November. And it's cold here, flu. Like I was so paranoid about him getting sick when he was a baby. I was so paranoid that like I made everybody like wash their hands and like not many
Those
people.
crazy Catholics don't
They,
communion and stuff.
I mean, you have to like. I don't know when You're right though, Tom. When that's why I breastfed too because I was like, I read up on it and I'm like, that's the best for your baby because it
It is,
has
yeah,
you're giving them all the antibodies that
and-
you have and
yeah.
all of them your
That's
immune
also
Yeah,
system.
a big.
our babies in our family, we just throw them around.
Yeah,
Here's the baby, catch. I mean,
I was
yeah.
like, you don't even understand how freaking like I was very watchful when he was a baby because I don't know, whatever, overprotective mother, whatever. But then once he got into school and stuff, I was like, I'm like, go freaking outside and play and I stopped worrying so much when he got a little bit older. But when he
well,
was
yeah,
like a
I
baby and
think
like an
your first baby, yeah. We were kind of that way when Caleb came, but then by the time Sarah came, we were like, okay, here's the baby.
yeah, like I
Yeah.
was
Here's
just I
another
was
one.
I
Yeah,
was
here's
very
another one.
I was very overprotective. Like I was like to the point where people were like, Michelle, like he can come out to the restaurant and I'm like, no, he can't. Like I'm like, he's staying in the house until I feel that it's okay for, you know, th- yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
that's okay.
I just went, I don't know,
Okay.
maybe it was the first child. I have no idea, but like I was just very,
Protective.
very
You bet.
protective.
We weren't. None of us had them.
Right,
That you know
right.
of.
True.
That you know of.
I would know.
Uh, well, like I said, well, Rita, you have to. there's a lot of things with babies. It's like crazy. And I was that
Yeah,
mother that was like,
glad I never experienced it.
even some
Your
of my
son,
family,
your son is how old now, Michelle?
20.
20. Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Have you
He's
told
he's
him?
allowed out of the house now, though, right?
Oh, like I said, once I put
Barely.
once I put him into school, like I I was like, well, I was like, go at it, kid. I'm like, what am I gonna do now? He had to socialize. Like I couldn't just keep him in
Of
the
course.
house for like,
Yeah.
go ahead. But yeah, no, I mean, to each their own on how they raise their kid. I mean,
Hey,
I'm
what do you
sure
think of this? Two lesbians adopting and raising a baby.
Happens
there's
all the time now.
yeah, it
Yeah, I know.
does.
Do you think it's good?
I think it's
You know,
better that a child not being raised be on the
Yeah.
streets and not be like having a
but do you
stable
think it's
home.
better than a single parent or two lesbians? Now I think two parents is better than two heads are better than one in any circumstance. So I
E-
think all the power to them.
Even if they're lesbians.
Yeah.
How would you
I
have,
mean,
how do you think you'd have done being raised by two lesbians?
how would I have done?
Yeah.
I would hope that I would be normal. Now, I was raised by heterosexual parents, and I fell far from the normal tree.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So
How about you, Steph? Do you think you're cool with that?
I don't know how I feel about that, Tom. I'm not sure.
How do you think
Yeah,
you'd
that's
have
a hard
felt
one.
being raised like by two lesbians?
Well, the children, I think, it'd be confusing for the kids.
they
I
would
don't
have
know. I don't
they would
know.
have a
Tom's
certain
always
amount
got
of
to ask those
confusion.
questions, like those questions that nobody really thinks
What's
Yeah.
up,
about.
gang?
Hey, Rob.
Rob likes it. He watches movies like that on Pornhub all the time. Two lesbians. You got a problem with that, Rob?
I'm
Rob,
sorry, I didn't realize I was on the panel. Say it again.
Wi-Fi's
What's up?
not acting the best
what do you
today.
think? What do you think of two lesbians raising kids?
Yeah.
He's thinking about
And
it.
that is a lesbian.
do you-
Yeah,
how do you feel about it,
I never
Tom?
thought about it.
There you go, Rob. Yes, thank you. I've never thought about it either. I
Yeah,
mean,
but I
that's
mean, what do you guys? What do you want me to write you a fucking research paper
well,
about it?
no, that's like, two gay men raising
Yeah.
kids. I
All right,
mean,
same thing. Think about that. I mean, how much thought's it take? I'll give you my fucking answer right now. No.
yeah.
Don't be worried by two fucking gay guys or two lesbians. Fuck no. I got to think about it longer than a second. The fuck what are you like wondering about?
I don't know.
I don't know, Tom.
I don't think I'd
kinda
like
agree
it.
with you.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
don't
just,
know.
it's bad enough with like when everything's supposed to be Ozzy and Harriet, let alone throwing in that monkey wrench.
That's
you'd
what I
never,
So
said.
what are you
Yeah.
saying? It's toughest on the kids, right?
you'd never
It'd
live
be
it down in school.
confusing. Oh, I know. It'd be very confusing for the children. Yeah.
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 Yeah, one's like the man role with this like Butch Dyke fucking softball championship haircut, and the other one's feminine. I'm just glad I never had to go through that bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm happy that I was born to two drunks when you bring that second choice up. At least they were fucking straight.
Marcia said I was like a lion, very protective of my
A
cubs.
damn
That's
rainbow
how I
sticker on
look.
you'd have rainbow stickers on your bikes.
Oh God, stop.
On your football helmet.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of pressure. You guys
Yeah.
acting like you're not sure. You never thought about it. Like, no way.
I
I'm
never.
just so. I mean, sometimes like I'm not religious, but then I think, well, none of that shit happened to me. Maybe I should be.
I mean,
I got lucky. Fuck yeah.
you have many different kinds of families now, more so
Yeah,
now
yeah,
than
Well, at
fucking
least
weird,
with the
weirder than ever.
lesbian, in the
Weirder than
lesbian
ever.
circumstance,
No, the
with
thing is
lesbians,
it's not
at
it's not
least
weird. It's not weirder than ever. It's just more out there than ever. Where before you had to keep everything,
Yeah, I like that fact.
everything
I like
was
that better. I don't want
everything
two
you
was
know.
fucking. Nah, I don't want two fucking gay guys as my parents. Sorry.
If I had my choice, I'd rather have two lesbians than two gays
Oh yeah, me too.
any
Now
day of the week.
they claim, these studies, but you always got to wonder who did the studies. Bunch of gays, probably.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they
yeah,
say it.
probably.
Yeah, no, they say it doesn't influence the sexuality of the child.
Oh, I don't agree. I bet it does.
I mean, it's bad enough thinking of your parents having sex,
Yeah.
let alone walking in watching dad sucking his wife's.
Stop.
Tom,
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Tom,
Yeah.
I gotta ask you this question.
Come
Tom, I
on,
gotta
Rob.
ask
Where's
you
the fucking Mexican in you, man?
I never
Tom,
thought
damn it.
that way. Oh, fuck.
Oh, God.
Tom,
Jesus Christ.
I gotta ask you this.
Oh.
I gotta ask you this. So do
Yeah.
you think your life would have been different if you had a kid?
Oh, fuck yeah. And not in a good way. I'll tell you why. Seriously, no fucking around. Because I think I would have been a good parent and it would just ruin my porn addiction.
Oh, yeah, it would have ruined that. That's for sure. Oh, God.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have been able to like fuck off and like do this shit since you guys know me. I've been this way my whole life.
Do you
Just
think
got lucky and fucking around. I didn't want that responsibility.
do you think you would have been different if it was a boy than if it was a girl? Do you think you would have
Oh
been
yeah,
more
I think I'd have
protective
been.
over a
Yeah.
girl
Fuck yeah.
than a
Although as I
boy?
got older, I got smarter about girls because when I was young and I didn't know shit and I didn't know how the world worked, I used to wonder like why girls' dads would be like nice to me, because they were guys. And then when I got older, I realized that if you're bringing up girls, that you want them to be attractive to the opposite sex and they're going to live, at least they're going to get a bite at the apple of a normal life. The one you don't want is the big fat fucking misfit that guys aren't attractive to that lives with you till she's fucking 60. That's the biggest fucking carrot you got going for you. Getting rid of your kids and, walking your daughter the aisle and all that shit. They're fat and fucking ugly and weird. You never fucking get rid of them.
Well,
And really, it comes down to basically, I hate to put it this way, but if they're not sexually attractive, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're right
Oh,
there.
my God.
Let's say-
but there's a downside to that too because
Yeah, it's
the
small compared to the other one.
the more attractive they are, the harder it is to
Yeah, that's true. But at least they're gonna have a shot at a bite of the apple of all that shit we've been brainwashed into thinking is success. Grandchildren, son-in-laws, all that fucking shit. It's just the way
let's
it
say
works.
Tom was to have. Let's say you had a kid
Yeah.
and you raised it, and this kid is now, I don't know, 30 years old, and he
Yeah.
decides he's gay.
That wouldn't bother me.
And now he has a gay, obviously, significant
Boyfriend.
other, and they decide that they're
Yeah,
going to have a kid.
yeah.
They're going to adopt a kid.
No,
And now,
I wouldn't care.
and now you're grandpa to an adopted kid, and now this kid's gonna, like, I don't know, not have questions about life, and maybe might not feel comfortable asking him dad.
No,
And
if
he wants
he's
to-
30, if he's 30, he's already been fucked in the ass 11,000 times. He's not asking me. He's not asking me for any advice.
Not your son, your grandson, the kid who they adopt.
Oh yeah, I think I would wonder about that secretly because
I honestly
Family.
think that if Tom had a daughter, I think it would have changed his whole view on women in general if he ended up having a little girl. Like I think your life would have been like completely different.
Yeah, I'd have been worried like nonstop.
I bet.
here's here's Daddy Tom freaking.
But Rob, you
Don't
look
talk
at
to
like,
that guy.
but
Don't
you know,
talk to that guy.
that's true. But like, what you're hoping for in the long game is exactly what's happened to you, Rob. You go out and you visit your daughter and her husband, and it's fun, and it's like how everybody wants it to work.
I mean, like I know families were some fathers, they were very overprotective of their daughters. Like they did not want boys around
But
them.
but
They
but
wanted them to go to school.
but yeah, but that was probably when once they reach adult life,
Right.
you know.
Oh yeah,
They,
no, it was different when they got a little bit old, but they were still, even when they got in like their 20s and stuff, they were still like,
yeah,
folk.
and then you know what? They could have been a little like off between the years too. I mean, once they reach adult life, your job's done. I mean, if you're like an older dad and you're like a helicopter dad over a 25-year-old female, you got a major fucking screw loose.
Well, I don't think
Yeah, I
fathers ever
agree.
stop caring for their
No, they care
daughters.
for them, but it's not their business what choices they make sexually at that point.
I mean, I
You
don't
don't
Yeah,
want them
not
out
whenever
getting
we can hear
hammered.
about it.
No, you don't want them out getting hammered when they're 14 by, Big Daddy O from Atlanta Rap Club.
I mean, I don't
You
know.
don't.
I hear you. I agree.
My dad's a big guy. My dad's like 6'7" and like 280, and like he scared off a couple of guys. I remember a couple of times, but like it was just like you still want to
You
know
want the
what
best for them. Yeah,
right,
but
but
if
you can't
you're 25 years old, you're maybe secretly, but you're not like, I mean, I think by that time, if you're like verbalizing this to your adult daughter, you got a major screw loose.
right, but I mean you still like
Yeah, you want the best for them, but you're not running around playing,
no, you're not like yeah, like right.
chewing them out for finding a rubber in their purse.
My son's 17, and I told him I'll buy you a carton of condoms. Use those motherfuckers.
Yeah, but when you're young and
I'll buy you a carton every month, whatever it takes, bud.
when you're young in the heat of the moment, that's the last thing on your mind,
You're right.
you know.
Yeah, at that age, you'd fuck a hole in the ground.
Especially up in Canada camping.
Yeah.
That's when you really need to like teach especially like because boys go through their their peak at a younger age.
Yeah,
So
but I think every young guy that is sexually active, part of it's luck.
Luck.
What gets you? What gets you? Yeah, luck. You just her timing, her period, your low sperm count, you pulled out just in time. bunch of a bunch of shit. I'll tell you what I think gets a lot of people, including like that caused my birth. Where you get in big trouble is fucking when you're drinking. You're drinking, you're drunk, you're having a good time, and you think you pulled out, and you already shot about 9 ounces inside her.
Yeah. You're sloppy.
Yeah, you get laid. Same reason you get pulled over by the cops. You always ask the cops
It's
the
bad
dumbest question
judgment.
in the world: "Why are you pulling me over?"
Oh God, I know it.
Yeah, the cop says, "Why not? You've done like 19 fucking things wrong in the last mile and a half, but you're slow. Your reactions are slow." Hey, I'll tell you, do this sometime when you're drinking or you're fucking around with marijuana. I've done it myself. I can't pass a fucking 3rd grade math test.
Wow.
So no wonder people are getting pregnant. You're thinking, well, I don't have anything on. I don't want to have a baby. I'll pull out. Fuck. You better have somebody helping or timing you or something. It doesn't work that way. Everything's slower.
That's
I
true. You're sluggish.
I
You're
think
sluggish.
I think if you
Or do you give a fuck sometime? You're drunker than
Yeah.
piss. You're like,
Yeah. Some of it is
whatever.
too. Yeah,
Right,
whatever.
right.
Yeah, let's leave it in tonight.
Yep.
No, I'll tell you, I was always really. Now it's funny. I can remember talking to buddies of mine when I was young, and they would. Was an urge that they just loved so much that they just let it rip. And I, even as a young age, that never really interested me. I always
It's in-
thought, I just didn't like. I thought it was careless, and it wasn't something that you were going to catch me on. Well, I'm just going to roll the dice on this. It was like very on my mind.
Wow.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm surprised you could even get it up worried about it that much.
Oh, that was no problem, buddy.
Oh,
You know,
geez.
Yeah.
there's nothing like that sensation though, and then to have to pull out just at that moment seems to me like it's just breaks your heart every time.
No, see, I didn't like it, man. I always had to get like kind of, like I said, that was a means to an end for me. I was never
Yeah.
like into that much. I was more of a blowjob guy.
Right? Yeah.
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 Which, when you're young like that, luckily, for those first like 5, 8 years, I'm selling it to them as safe. Or really,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not.
Good move.
Thank you. Thank you. Rather than, I don't want any, I just consider your life and mine now.
So did it end with a pearl necklace?
Yeah. Yep.
No, Tom
Yeah.
was
Nice
giving the
touch.
girls a blowjob, not them giving him one. He was giving them a blowjob.
Yeah, I was blowing
Yeah.
trans girls.
Oh.
I had a diaper on though and a pacifier in my purse, so don't be worried for me.
Oh God, stop. Don't
Yeah, that's right.
no.
Don't worry, Phil. I got lots of condoms in my purse.
No,
Oh God.
yeah. So I think that's part of it. Statistics are part of everything. Hitting baseballs and do that. Like I said, I got out of it whenever I could.
Hmm.
And there's some people, like women, they're just not putting up with that shit. It's like, that's okay, fine with me.
Tom, I don't want to have sex. Just give me a blowjob and we'll call it even.
Yeah, well, they're out there, believe it or not. But when you get into that like intimacy bullshit, that's where you get roped into it.
Yeah. Feelings, yeah. I don't need all that shit. Just
Tom's like, I can't handle feelings.
Yeah, it is. I wouldn't. You don't know anything, It's just I don't know what to blame it on.
So it's safe to say you're not a cuddler.
No, I mean I did young because you don't know anything, man. I mean, what are you going to do? How are you going to be like 19 and get anywhere without cuddling? It's a
Right.
means to an end,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why, like a guy like me, I mean, the escort thing is just like tailor made for my personality.
Yeah.
Yeah. But back then, you don't know anything, But like I told you, I've said it before. I knew, like, once porn started getting like commercially available and like you could rent it everywhere and have your own VCR, I remember thinking to myself, my dating days are pretty numbered. And I was right.
Saw the
Yeah.
writing on the wall.
Yeah, I was right. I thought, man, I'm gonna be able to skip all this bullshit.
Well,
Well, Tom, at least you knew who you were and didn't have a bunch of kids, I guess.
Yeah, no, those people do that too. But I think those are people, a lot of them are just careless and super into intercourse, big time. And it's just like, not exercise. And they like that so much that it's always going to be tomorrow that they're going to try something different and tomorrow never comes.
Hmm.
They're into something different. And that's a consequence of being that way.
I'd never say that I was into I like intercourse, but I like other things too. I like to mix it up a little bit, like a wrestling match.
Really?
I bedroom
pillow
Olympics.
fight.
It's like asking her if she wants to play army. Play army? You're like, yeah, I lay on the ground, you blow the hell out of me. We'll play army.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, but at least I mean there's a certain amount of like Stephanie. I'm sure in a way that makes sense. And if you were just friends with a guy, you would
Uh,
you would appreciate that more than just some clueless idiot coming over with a shopping bag full of dildos.
I still can't
yeah.
believe that that guy did that to you, Stephanie. Like,
I thought it was a box.
Was it
You
a box
guys,
or a bag?
you know what? The story has gotten exaggerated now. I
of course
mean,
it has.
now we got a whole bag of them and we got a box of them.
Oh,
It
hey,
was a couple of them in a bag, okay?
right, sorry.
Jesus,
Yeah, yeah,
it's a
yeah.
whole mess of them.
All
Oh,
right.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, sorry, Stephanie.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah, but
Oh, my God.
if you cut to the chase, if there was just one, that should be enough.
Well,
Yeah,
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 Tom.
one or
And
10.
There are
you know
two
what?
holes.
I know the whole point was, I mean, you guys know me. I do not give off that vibe whatsoever. Okay.
no.
So that guy was clueless on,
Yeah.
I mean, it was just crazy.
He had the old school AC dildo that you had to plug into the wall.
They never
And
really had those, did they?
I
Oh,
don't know.
beat the guy over the
I'm
head
just
with
making
one of
it
them.
up.
You would have seen him like running out of like wherever you guys were, like what was it, like a hotel? You would have been like, "What's going on?" Well, I thought I was going on a date with this guy, and then he brought me these, and you see
That's
Michelle
what's
running
weird.
after him with them, beating him
yeah.
over the head.
Hey, Rob, or you got your gasoline powered one with a ripcord?
Oh yeah,
I
well, hey, start that fucker up like a weed eater.
That's right.
Oh my
Two-stroke.
God. I
Two-stroke.
would,
Whee!
You would just wonder how somebody could be that clueless.
Right.
oh,
No,
I
well,
know. He was an
no,
idiot.
like,
And a couple days before we went out for a nice dinner and we walked around the waterfront in Seattle. It was real nice. And so when he asked me over to his apartment for dinner, I thought, sure, and oh my God, I got out of there so fast and I was on the phone with my sister driving home and we were just laughing like crazy. Oh my God.
Did you really just
Unbelievable.
get up and leave, or did you say anything, or wait till it
Um,
goes to the washroom split?
no, let me think. Let me think. I've tried to block it out of my mind.
It will
Um,
hypnotize you and we'll get it out.
he said,
Yeah.
I got you something and gave me the bag, and I looked inside of it and I looked at him and I think I said, what is this for? Or what, something like that. And he said, I thought you would like it. And I
It's so
said,
weird.
I remember that. I thought you would like it. I said, no, I don't like it. And I said, I just told him it was getting late and I had to leave.
that's
It's
just
so weird.
something. Like, that's not something you just do right away. Like,
I know,
I
Michelle.
you just
We
can't.
only went
I
out that
mean,
one time.
It's so weird.
can
I
we all
thought he was gonna get lucky. Yeah, right, buddy.
That's perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Stephanie, you should have ran. You should have beat him upside the head.
Or no, you know what you should have done? You should have taken a dildo out of the bag and say,
Uh-huh.
I know what this is for, fella, and then knock him between the eyes really hard.
I
Yeah.
should have. I know.
It's
I
so
know it.
weird.
I know.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
So
you're
Tom,
right. You don't give off that vibe.
Then I sent a picture of him to my sister, and she goes, "Oh my God, he looks like Uncle Bill." Our uncle. She said, "He looks like Uncle Bill." And then when she said that, I got totally grossed out too. And I thought, there is no way I'd ever go out with him again. Oh my God.
It's so weird.
that would be like so a poor girl going out with Tom, and then she goes after him with something. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy seems like. Would
So
you
at
do
least
that,
our
Tom?
story expands a little bit here. Now it's
Would you take?
Uncle Bill with the big box of dildos.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's it.
Would you do that
God.
to? Would you do that to a woman that you just met?
No,
Would you be like, hey, let me take you
so
out for
weird.
dinner, and then
No,
come at her with a
no
box and
way.
be like, look
No,
at this. I just
no
got you
way.
a present.
No.
She'd
Yeah,
probably be like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
cool.
just
What
like
is it?
that's kind of like almost scary,
Yeah, I know.
you
Yeah,
know?
like I'm gonna be like real nice, like take you out to eat and everything,
Mhm.
and then the
Eh,
first date, like, here you go.
yeah, the first date. I mean, if you can't kind of like figure this out way early on,
Oh, I
there's
know.
something's like majorly wrong with you.
Hmm.
What a weirdo.
I know. It's almost like a pervert, is what
Yeah,
I thought, because,
yeah.
that's something you do, when you're with your boyfriend or a husband, or, you know what I mean? Where you've been
Yeah, but
together a
yeah, but
while.
yeah, for
if that
sure.
yeah, but yeah, or if that would have been one of those like Chippendale dancers you went to see,
Oh,
yeah, he'd pull one
uh,
out, no fucking problem.
yeah,
No
different
problem.
story. You
Yeah,
bet, Tom.
way,
Oh,
absolutely
in that
right.
case.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Stephanie say, you only brought two?
Yeah.
So
I,
small?
I'd say,
Yeah.
why don't you call a friend? You can have your buddies come over.
Yeah, this guy,
Oh, God.
this guy's major problem, as it turns out, was his look.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Don't
right,
blame it
Tom.
on the dildos.
No.
Yeah, stop being so judgmental.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. I know.
it's
Yeah.
weird how that works, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Of
it
course.
reminds me of dancing with a fat woman at a wedding. They're all sweaty, and it seems like the song's never going to end.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
You get stuck doing that sometimes.
Tom, you remind me of this.
Oh, yeah.
I used to
Yeah,
talk to this
right.
older guy at one of my jobs, right? He
Yeah.
used to come in every morning to get the newspaper real early. And he was probably like 70 or 80 years old. And, he was divorced and everything. And I was like, well, there was one lady I tried to hook him up with that I worked with. He goes, no, she's too old. I'm like, she's 20 years younger than you.
No,
I'm like, who do you think
no,
you
yeah,
are?
no,
He
no. Your
started
brain,
laughing.
no, your brain thinks that way. It's weird.
Wow.
Dude, she literally, this woman, she was attractive. Like he goes to me, no, she's too old. I'm like,
No,
she's
yeah,
a lot younger than you are. Take
no,
what you can get.
no. The other night, I scrolled through some of the girls that I dated way back in the day when I was younger. I
Walk
thought I was
down
scrolling.
memory lane.
Yeah, I thought I was scrolling through the obituaries of a fucking funeral parlor. No, so in my
Tom's never gonna find love. He's gonna be like, yep, she
no,
used
but
to
I
be like
think
a
the same kind of shit, and
supermodel.
I think the same thing about me. Like they think the same thing about me. It's like you're thinking like back when dating was fun, and that's why you think you want to do it. You're not thinking of the reality of it all. What you look like to them and what they look like you. And that's why they look old to you.
Yeah.
Sucks.
No, it's like going, I've gone to all my high school reunions, and my friend Karen, that I don't see her much now, but we still get together every 10 years and go together. And we sit there and look at everybody and talk about how bad they look. And I'm thinking to myself, well, Stephanie, you don't look that great anymore either.
No, you
But we
don't see
don't care.
Yeah,
We're
you
still
don't.
talking about how everybody looks like shit.
Yeah. No, you don't see it that way.
Nice.
No, I know.
Yeah. No,
I
you
know.
don't see it that way. That's exactly it.
Like when I dated when I was younger, I dated some people, and I never was the one out there looking for looks. I was always out there looking for a connection, not so much looks. But I mean, I'm not gonna say like there was a standard. I'm not gonna just whatever, but I was never one that was out there like they had to be like they had to. I don't know. It was just different for me, though. I mean,
What are you
What was
saying?
the
Like,
if you weren't looking for looks, then what was the standard?
they to look decent. Like, I mean, like, you gotta look presentable, but like, it's not like I was like, oh, he has to be like, because some of my girlfriends were, they'd be like, he has to be like, have a six pack and he has to be over 6 feet tall and he has to, a lot of women are like that, or they have,
Stephanie was kind of like that.
oh, you
Yeah,
were?
I was when I was younger. I
Yeah, I
was,
was
yeah.
never like that.
I always, looked for the good looking guys. Of course, that's what you do when you're young.
Right.
Just like
I
the
never
men
did.
look
I
for the
never
good
like,
looking girls. That's what
Right.
you do.
Yeah.
I,
No. Right.
I mean, they had
No.
to be decent looking. Like, don't get me wrong, but like,
Well,
No.
right, yeah. But I mean, you're more attracted to certain types. Like I
Yeah.
always liked long hair. So I was looking at all the guys with the long hair. I mean,
Yeah.
She one of the guys that could lick his eyebrows.
no, I'm not. No.
She liked
No.
the Chippendale guys
Mm-hmm.
wearing
Yeah.
jeans and stuff.
Yeah.
now I was under the impression that most of them were gay.
Oh, well, maybe some of them, but you know what? So what? You don't think about that.
Yeah.
I don't want to have sex with them. I just
No.
want to watch them.
Yeah.
But if you'd have met guys that looked like that,
Oh,
in the
I
net-
did. I met guys when I was younger that looked like that. You bet. Mm-hmm.
yeah, big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy,
Oh,
watch
yeah.
out! She's getting excited.
Yeah,
No.
Stephanie went on the fast track of like
Yeah.
she knew what she wanted and getting to
Yep.
know them. That'll come later.
Yep. And most of those good looking guys though, they didn't, want a girlfriend and stuff. But that was okay with me. But I was young back then, so we're talking 50 years ago. Come on. I
was
mean,
too busy
But you
when
don't
I was
you
when I
don't
was
have any
younger. I was too,
regrets.
no, I don't, Tom. No.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I was
No.
I was too busy testing guys when I was younger. If you passed a couple of my tests, then you were okay. I
Oh,
was too
really?
busy
You were
for
one of those? What kind of test,
Well,
Michelle?
yeah.
What do you
No,
mean?
Oral
to find
sex.
out what kind of person they are.
Yeah, like what would you do though?
Oh, like
Involve the tape
have
measure.
some of, like when I was younger,
Yeah.
I'd have like some of my girlfriends over dressing like I tell them to, make sure you dress real skimpy or this and that, and like I'd see like how much they were like, oh yeah, like checking them out. I'd watch them. I'd say
That's not
things.
fair.
That's
Yeah,
not
no
fair.
shit. Who wouldn't be checking him out? He's a faggot if he ain't.
Right.
Well, I
Yeah,
wanted
then
to
you
see.
know he's gay.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
No
it's okay to
shit.
look at them. It would be okay to look at them, but like it depends. I
But
would see
not
how they would.
ogle.
Right. There's a difference between, oh, I just saw an attractive person, then yeah, like you know what I mean. Like there's a completely different, especially when the guys were younger too. You know how it is. So I was just kind of like looking for that, or like, I just wanted to see what they wanted. That's all.
What a move.
Well, I know what they wanted.
Yeah.
But that colors everything when you're young.
And
You will put up with some major bullshit if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
super attracted to them.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. They wonder why divorce is so high. I can tell you exactly why, or why affairs are so prevalent. Because when that throw wears off and you know what you're stuck with, and you can't imagine having sex with them again, and you're married and in deep.
well, I'm hoping by then you have more of a friendship, partnership going
Yeah, but
on.
that doesn't like, then you start thinking like, oh man, like I don't want to piss away the rest of my life being this unhappy. You're unhappy because you're not fucking them anymore and the thrill is gone. But you got a couple kids and it's going to cost you a bunch of money. So you start fucking around. I hope you don't get
Happens all
caught.
the time, I'm sure.
Yeah, but
Oh.
it's not the other way around. It's what brings you together is that attraction. And when that major cog of the wheel like goes away and you're stuck with, you're relatively young, you could still have active sexual life with someone new. You think life's too short and you move
I
on?
don't know if I'm wrong, but I think something happens to some men, the ones that don't cheat, that when they're with their significant other, they have children, they go through all the ups and downs. That bond that is
Yeah.
strengthened over the years
Yeah.
is something that keeps you together. Is you know what
It
I
is,
mean, kind of?
But it's the difference between a volcano and a fucking one birthday candle almost blown out.
I think what it is too is it's a good test of discipline,
Oh,
like
yeah.
wanting
Misery,
something, but just like
depression,
not.
suicide.
It's being comfortable, I think. Yeah, I think I don't know. Well, my sister and her husband, they have separate rooms now. They don't
Oh.
sleep together anymore.
I've done that too. Past, but that was just because that's just what we preferred.
You'll be doing it again.
I still do.
Yeah, I know. I
I
believe it.
got another spot I go and crash out in. When I'm coming in really late or I'm going to be fidgety sleeping that night,
But I mean,
I crash out in the other
Yeah,
bed.
that's the kind of way you've rationalized it, though. You're coming in late, you're fidgety. When you're 19, you'll be in there
Oh,
fucking for 3 hours, 7 days a week. Whether you can sleep, can't, fidgety, mad, came in late.
well, like I would always see the couples, coming into the stores and stuff, and they were like older, like
Yeah,
70s,
if you
80s.
make it that long, it's an entirely different relationship.
It is. Well,
It's like feeding a stray dog.
well, I asked one guy, I was like, so what, how'd you make it work? Because we all know how
It's
it's
not.
not.
It's not an endurance test.
He said, he said, he said, just patience, communication,
Oh yeah,
and
you gotta blow his fucking head off next time you see him. I don't even want to hear this old shit from these stupid old motherfuckers that nobody else wanted. If they were in a dog pound, no one would adopt them. I mean, they're selling this story as some fucking golden love affair of Bonds, a bunch of fucking lies.
no, they didn't. Nope. They didn't say it was. They didn't say it was easy. They didn't say it was like.
No,
Bezos
they
is-
say, well, we've had our problems. You know what that means? Putting that loaded 12-gauge shotgun back in the shed.
Tom's so
No, the gun
jaded.
jamming every time.
Yeah. No, when you're 75 and you're still together, I mean, you're just like a flicker of light. It's like it's companionship.
Right.
It's better than having a pet parakeet, but it ain't nothing like
Yeah.
fucking
but it's
crazy.
designed by nature like that. We dwindle out slowly. I mean, you scare me with your talk of not having hormones. Is that going to happen to me soon? I'm not going to have any
Oh,
hormones. Like-
yeah. You're lucky it hasn't happened already. The only
Oh, yeah.
difference in your life, yeah, but Mark, the only difference in my life is when it really happens, like they're all gone, you're gonna get beaten severely.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. No, Kathy ain't putting up with that shit.
Yeah, well, I bend over backwards
Yeah.
to please
You'll be
her.
bending over forwards.
Do you
It's
like?
bad.
I never thought of it like this, but so do you think that there are older people that still do have a very active sex life? Like, I'm
No.
talking 60s,
No.
70s, 80s.
Fuck
No?
no.
No?
They're lying.
Really? None of your friends?
No, I think new old people that meet pull a rabbit out of a hat, but
There
not
you go.
people that've been together for 50 years. Fuck no. Do you, Stephanie?
I don't think so. And I mean, it just grosses me out. Old people having sex,
No,
and
I
I'm
know.
old.
No, same here.
No,
No,
I
me
mean-
too.
I mean, I'm
You mean-
picturing myself. If I ever had sex, I'm thinking of it in my mind, and it just makes me sick.
No, me too.
No.
Yeah.
It's not
Really?
happening.
Wow.
Yeah, Stephanie doesn't want to see any like 13 inches of balls stretched out.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
No
No,
kidding, eh? When
I
the guy's
don't.
undressing,
Yeah.
hold on, honey. It'll take me a few
Yeah.
minutes to unfold
Yeah.
my balls.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no,
no.
it's
I
true.
don't want to see it. No. Nope, I don't want to see that.
You know, some women like older men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rich
Why?
older men.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rich ones, Mark. The
No,
poor
you-
old men, nobody,
Yeah.
no
No,
young
fuck
girls want them.
No, nothing. That's the same myth. That's the same myth that goes around about handicapped men, in wheelchairs and all the sex. That's bullshit. They get a picture taken and a kiss on the cheek, and that is fucking it.
Oh, yeah, I
They're
know.
not getting any sex. They may wheel them into the fucking grocery store with the camera rolling. There's no sex.
Yeah.
No.
Unless he's into that sort of thing.
Yeah, no, it ain't fucking happening, man. You're sleeping in separate beds. I mean, that's where it all
Right.
begins.
Yep.
Nah.
Then it goes to separate
I've been
houses
doing that
and
all my
separate
life,
states.
man.
Then it goes to separate houses, separate states.
No, man.
Yeah.
I've been doing it all my life. When I don't feel like sleeping with the little lady, I don't. And, it's one of those things. I
You
need my
keep going.
sleep.
You keep going. You'll never be doing it in the years to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can only think about tonight and tomorrow,
Yeah.
Perfect.
No, no green bananas.
That's right. That's right, Tom.
Yeah.
As it turned out, those were words of wisdom.
They were. Frederick said that to me before he
Yeah.
died, passed away.
Yeah. Yep. Makes sense.
Get it while
That
the
he-
getting's good.
What about green bananas? You're talking
He
to a produce
always used to
person
say
here.
that he didn't buy he didn't buy green bananas. He only bought ripe ones because you never know when it was going to be your last day.
Yeah,
Oh.
he figured he was going to be going soon, so he didn't even bother buying green bananas anymore.
And he died a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
February 28th.
Yeah. Yep. Good guy.
Well, I
Who
mean,
was that?
At 10 p.m.
Frederick. Frederick Sullivan. You knew him from coming on the chats. He hadn't been on about 6 months, so he was having health problems.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice guy. But he's 79. What the fuck?
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
good life.
Yeah, he had a good life.
It's a good
Yeah.
life.
The last 2 months.
Yeah.
And he only suffered 2 months?
Yeah. No, that's what
Wow.
I said.
I,
Yeah, and he realized. I talked to him quite a bit. He called me because I hadn't talked to him in a long time, and I was trying to track him down. He finally called one night, and we talked for probably an hour. And what the scenario was is that even if things worked, first of all, they wanted to amputate a leg, and he knew he was fucked if that happened. And then he got a doctor to try this surgery, and he knew based on what the doctor told him that even if it worked as best as it could, he was still fucked. So he knew what was coming. And in a way, I mean,
he made
that's
the
great.
choice.
Yeah, it's just like he was fucked either way, whether he did something or whether he didn't. And he
That's
realized it. Yeah, tough. And he realized it. He told me, he said, if you don't hear from me, take my name out of your Rolodex.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have a Rolodex?
No, but,
Oh, yeah, I know. I mean, it just
I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
I mean, not that bad though, based on our conversation, because this is way better than like living another 5 years.
Yeah.
He was not the
With
kind of
that.
guy, with that. And he still worked full time.
wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and he got out and fucked around, like I do, went to different places. He knew a lot of people I knew from like just places that had been there, that area for our whole life, where they had like good subs or good ice cream or some shit.
We're in Detroit, mainly,
Yeah.
right?
Around Detroit, yeah, suburbs, yeah. 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 So so it sucks that he died, but it also that was all things considered gonna happen anyway. and he didn't have to suffer.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was in a lot of pain and all sorts of shit. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what happens though when you get older. Because like I had grandparents who lived, you know, in their 90s, and it's not pretty.
Look at Jimmy Carter, for God's sakes.
Like
Yeah.
you think,
Oh my
like
God.
some people are like, oh yeah, I want to live to be in my 90s and whatnot,
Oh,
but like
not me.
it's not like how
No,
you might
no.
think it is.
Even Jimmy Carter, Mr. Christian, told hospice to quit coming.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
My uncle kind of did the same thing. He passed away when he was 80, not too long ago, but um he was in hospice for years. They didn't even know how he, like, because you're not supposed to be in hospice for years, but
Yeah, but you know what though? I thought that too. But if you get research and shit, there's plenty of people that go in and out of hospice. I used to think that you had to be terminal, and you don't.
Excuse me for being Canadian, but what is hospice again? We don't
It's
have
like when
that.
you're dying and the federal government pays visiting nurses to come and basically give you an endless supply of morphine.
Yeah. So they did to my mom.
Mhm.
But and take care of you, right? To your
oh yeah,
diapers and everything.
The way they sell it to you is they improve the quality of your life by pain management.
Right.
The
Okay.
translation is you're fucked up on morphine as much
Yeah.
as you need whenever you need it. But what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
You know,
My
if I
mom
got
died peaceful. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Nothing
I'll
wrong with that.
no, if I got
Did
that
you
one,
guys not read Kill a Mockingbird?
what about it?
There was To Kill a Mockingbird, the crazy old lady who was also on hospice, I guess, and she had been on morphine for a long time, and then she came off of it, and I'm trying to recall the book well. She came off of it, and she was lucid for after that, because she was about to die, and she wanted to die straight and in her as her normal self.
Not me.
Not me either, Tom.
I want them to just. I dream. You know, like those companies that come around and spray your lawn
Yeah.
fertilizer. That's the kind of supply of morphine I want when I'm old and sick.
You would have missed the morphine.
Yeah, I'd be like so like happy about that shit. You know, I know it sounds fucked up, but I know for sure. Like I'm like that, like a Thelma and Louise type motherfucker, hitting the gas in the right circumstance,
I know. I
realizing
love that movie. Oh God.
realizing what's happened and going for it.
Yeah.
Like a
Well,
kamikaze when his plane shot, he tries to crash that motherfucker into an American battleship.
Oh yeah.
Tom's like,
But
I just want it quick and easy.
yeah, no, but when it comes to like really knowing what the fuck is up, I say go for broke.
Yeah,
Fuck,
I know.
you almost did it once.
Yeah,
Well,
twice.
My mother,
Mhm.
my
Jesus.
mother says the same thing. She told me her wishes.
Jesus.
She's just like, don't let me get that bad. She goes, even if you have to like come in and like, and like do something. She was
No,
just
you
like,
won't. You'll get arrested.
yeah, I know.
You
But she
come to
did.
call hospice.
Mm,
It's legal. You'll be so fucking high. You'll love life.
but a lot of people think about like have their whole uh, end of life all planned out in their 50s
Yeah. Well, that's
or
only to keep.
whenever. But
That's only to keep from getting them ruled insane and getting all their money and putting them in some dump of an
okay,
assisted living care facility.
okay,
The people like me, I mean, I'm home fucking free. I got no family,
not
nothing.
true.
Yeah, I could give a fuck.
Yeah, true. So you would let the government take all your money in house?
No, I'm going to give it to Marty.
Oh, okay.
I hope.
Yeah.
I will hope Mark, if he's in better health than me, he can just come down here and get some of that Canadian Viagra. It's cheaper over there, and just bring him down to me and have morphine and just. I'll give him like 25 grand to do it and just party. Till my
I'll
heart
do
breaks.
it. I'll do it for free, man.
Yeah, yeah, but I'd go for broke like that for sure. You know, I think if I got a terminal disease, like if you got a terminal disease, Mark, like, and they said you had a year to live, and it
Yeah.
was going to be like not that bad until a year, and then it was just going to be lights out. Are there
Yeah.
any things that you would do differently?
In my whole life?
No, within the next year you had before you died that you knew you were going to die.
Oh, a lot.
Damn right.
Yeah.
I'd have a lot of goodbyes to say. Maybe, I don't know, do a couple of good things and enjoy my music
Yeah.
for the last time. I'd want to play in front of a huge crowd, like a big one. Bring me out in front of a, like, I don't know, 500,000 people at a huge rock concert. And let me play with the band. And then, yeah, we're good.
Cool. Steph, did you do anything crazy?
Well, I should start thinking about it because, with what I have, I'm lucky if I've got about 7 years left, Tom.
Oh, wow,
So,
Stephanie. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
So,
you're kind of looking at the same thing, only 7 years.
and I haven't really sat down and thought about it till you guys are talking about it, and I'm getting fucking depressed.
Okay, we'll change
Oh,
the
no.
subject. Change the subject.
No, cheer
Don't do
yourself.
that.
No. Cheer yourself up like I do. I think I'd murder a couple enemies.
Boy, yeah, there's a few things like that I'd like to do, huh?
We're a couple enemy. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, you're
Not that
thinking
I
all
have
this.
any, but you could do that. You could go on a murder spree, and
Yeah, but
Well, I would only be a vigilante.
yeah,
yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah.
they'd have to.
No, you could go into court in front of this judge and just take down your pants and moon them.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and
Here's
then give him
my
the
plea.
finger, and then try to punch the bailiffs in the nose.
Prosecutor.
No, and
Yeah,
the
prosecutor.
problem is, when these people do this shit and they're not terminal, you think, man, is that motherfucker in a bunch of trouble?
Oh
But when you're gonna die in a year,
it don't matter.
They'll just be rolling their eyes in the back of their heads.
Oh God.
yeah.
No, they would, if I stood in front of the judge and I opened my mouth, he would know that I was off my rocker. I mean, the kids tease me all the time. Auntie, what's wrong with you? It's like they just kind of, oh yeah, that's just Auntie. Oh yeah, no, she's okay. Oh God.
That's crazy.
I know. I've never been to jail though.
Once.
That would be interesting. Maybe I should go run around outside naked.
That'll get you into a psychiatric.
Yeah, you gotta
No,
be
they
drunk when
probably
you do it, Stephanie.
They would just put me in a nut house, not jail.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
You gotta get nice and pasted, done to something nice bourbon, and then take the clothing off, fold it nicely, and then let the earth see how you were born.
Oh God. That would hit YouTube, wouldn't it? Oh geez.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. Somebody would film it, that's for sure.
Everybody would film it. There would be so many people with cell phones walking down the street you pass. You just wave at them though.
Yeah, I know. Hi.
Hi, it's me.
You want to see some crazy shit? Go hang around Vegas for a while on the strip. Boy, you'll see some fucking weird shit.
I bet. Like what?
Shit, well, okay. So if you go downtown to the old Vegas, if you go into the old school, like to the Golden Nugget,
Right. The older casinos, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It so the girls basically could be naked they can stand there naked and damn near. So basically they have like pieces of tape over their nipples and they wear a little bit of clothing, but their ass is hanging out and their tipples are covered. So what it is these girls want you to take a picture with them and then you tip them for the picture.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I
Okay, so
see.
you gotta tip them. And
Yeah.
so there's this one girl, she's in a nun, like a nun's outfit,
Oh, yeah.
but the ass is cut out and the tits are hanging out.
Yeah,
And
okay. Nice
and
look.
and she's got this. They got like little circles they're designated to stand in. You know, certain people, entertainers, and
Mhm.
and so she is on her knees like she's sucking this dude's dick. Like
Mm.
what the fuck? And she's got the Bible in her other hand.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm
And
sure it's a
that's her
prop.
display? Wow.
But
Mm.
so
How did she do?
this goes on for a while. And this guy just pulling tips out of his giving, and she's pointing at his wallet, and he opens that fucker back up, and she's getting more money. I'm like, oh my god!
But was
I'm
she
just
really blowing him, though?
no. But
Oh, okay.
but she was in like
Where was that? Vegas?
emulating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they got that
Wow, man.
6 foot rule out there.
Say what?
Yeah.
6
That's a
foot
whole,
rule, they call it. Yeah.
that takes panhandling to a whole new level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
And
a
so
guy that married a stripper from out there. They make crazy money though. Not there
silly
in
money.
that couch upstairs. They got a couch you can go to, and even there it's no sex. But it's it's like geisha girl shit. They're blowing up
Yeah.
your ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's busier and fuck. There's so many people, and that's where every hustle has ever been invented. It's in Vegas.
Yeah.
I've been out there
Too
a few
bad,
times.
yeah.
And so I'm with some guys that never been out there. I said, dude, you guys got to be, your head's got to be on a swivel because every hustle, and I'm just telling them here, watch. So there's even if you come remotely close to any of these girls shaking their ass or pulling their tits out, and you're kind of standing there looking. Okay, well now you're kind of obligated to give a tip. So if you walk away and you take off walking 20, 30 yards, there's going to probably be some guy come tapping you on the shoulder going, "Hey, you owe her some money."
Wow, really?
It's like the worst place in the world to go for
Oh yeah.
strippers.
And
Wow.
if you don't pay, you'll wish you will because
Boom, bang.
somewhere down the road you're going to get they'll trip you. You'll fall over in the middle of the street or just something. You know what I mean? They'll figure a way to get some money out of your pocket one way or another. Because that's the hustle.
Yeah.
That's how they make their money.
Well, think
Yeah,
about it.
that
Think
place
about it like
sucks.
this. Think
Take
about
their
it like
money.
this too. Is you're taking a picture of a girl doing that. Imagine like you're gonna have that picture forever.
That's right.
Like oh.
That kind of picture wouldn't do shit for me. It's too. I
I
don't
don't
like it
quite
when it's
either.
like. Yeah, I don't like it when it's like professional like that. Like I would never be interested in going to like Amsterdam or any of that.
Yeah, and there's like little signs like no pictures. Like you just you don't pull your camera out. You pull your camera out, boy, it's gonna really cost you.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, weird.
I just learned something.
Yeah,
Oh
that
yeah,
place
you
sucks
go to
for
Vegas,
like
man.
it
You
sucks for
gotta
everything.
don't even pay
Prostitution,
attention to it.
strip
Not unless you want
clubs.
to pay for it.
Yeah. But see they get a captive audience. You know, that doesn't know any better.
Stephanie,
What?
Stephanie, you got your YouTube open?
Oh, I might, yeah. Do you hear something?
Yeah, echo.
Oh, okay. I'll be back.
What's that?
I burped.
But if
Oh,
you go to
yeah.
like the new strip, the
Mhm.
girls, there won't be any asses hanging out. They'll be fully clothed, but
I wouldn't
they
even
have a
go
little
to
bit of
that.
butt cheeks hanging out, or you'll see a lot of cleavage, and
I've
they look
never
like
been to Vegas.
showgirls.
How super boring.
Yeah, they look like showgirls with the big feathers and the big cape looking stuff, and they'll ask you,
Uh,
"Hey, would you like a picture? When you want to take a photo?" I mean, they'll ask you, but we're on the old strip, boy. There ain't no
so
asking.
what are they getting for a photo? What are they getting for a photo on a tip usually?
I don't know. I don't know. I know.
That wouldn't do a thing for me.
I've um you can get your photo taken with them, but like
I wouldn't want it, man. It would like be so boring.
yeah,
I want to get
I
my photo taken with those high dive girls on YouTube. Those college teams.
Yeah, or what's the other one? Pole vaulters?
That or volleyball. Even some of the track girls. Holy shit.
Tom's like
And if they
older.
ever, oh fuck yeah, if they ever start that tipping down there.
Do you know the Old Dirty Grandpa? Have you ever seen that series? The Old Dirty
No.
Grandpa? Oh, you would get such a kick. Oh, Tom, it's kind of right up your alley too.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's like
Those girls are so good looking.
it's
Those
called
diver girls.
Old Dirty Grandpa, and like he went around and like just did whatever to like a girl, but it was funny. They made it funny. They made a whole series
Oh,
on this
that
guy.
guy from the Jackass series.
Yeah.
oh
Him.
yeah, bad
He,
grandpa.
he,
Yeah, is
yeah.
that who
Is
it
it that
was?
one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would.
Yeah. Okay. I
Have
saw
you, have
that.
you seen these? Have you seen these high diving girls on YouTube, like these platform divers?
Not on
They're
YouTube, but
so
I've seen
fucking.
platform divers before for
They're
sure.
so like super cute. So are these uh, volleyball players too. I mean, just like everything, man. Some of these Olympian girls, like from like Czechoslovakia and shit, is like fuck, man, like perfect. And they're like dedicated, they're not partiers or they got these rocket bodies. They're real like quiet. They're not like swinging off a pole or something. That's the primo shit.
We used to go and play pool, and they had a glass side to the building, and outside was beach volleyball tournaments all the
Oh
time.
yeah, fuck. Now we're talking.
And it was a great place. He
Yeah,
had everything.
yeah.
He called it his Palladium, and like he had karaoke at times and all kinds of something for everybody. But the beach volleyball was all day on weekends, and it was great to watch.
Oh, those girls got their bodies are like 1,000 times better than those Las Vegas strippers.
Definitely.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, you get.
I mean, to me, now if they just said, hey, for a week we're going to bring platform divers out and college girls, and we're going to just try and experiment. Fuck, I'd probably be there like till I dropped. I mean, now that's worth it, but not these strippers and all this
you can get
stupid
the photos
feather
up close,
shit.
but don't take a photo from the distance.
And all this stupid feathers and all this bullshit and all these old fucking hags. Are they crazy?
Yeah.
But the college platform girls in the
That'll
even
do
some
it.
of the foreign female track stars, they have perfect bodies. And some of these pro tennis players, just like great hair,
'Cause they're
perfect tan.
athletes.
Yeah, athletes. Some of these women golfers, my God.
Really, golfers, women
Oh
golfers?
yeah, fuck yeah! Look at some of these women pro golfers.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, they're like 10 times better looking than these old fucking hags swinging off a pole in Vegas. Plus, from a male's thing, they're not like, strippers are just like, they're real quiet. They're not freaking the fuck out when they miss a putt and shit.
Yeah, okay.
They're
Well,
like
because they're
very
there
like,
to play a game of golf.
yeah, but it's just more attractive, I think. But those platform divers is like, to me, that's like primo, like bodies don't get any better than that. They don't
I
have an
tr-
ounce of fat on them.
when I was younger, I tried the diving thing
Yeah,
to get over my fear of heights. It was
yeah.
basically to get over my fear of heights, and
Did it work?
it's not really. I'm still not a big fan of heights, but it
I mean,
was
you're afraid of heights.
it was that you watch that on TV and you don't realize how high up they really are
Yeah,
Yeah,
until
when
you
no,
you're
I
up
actually have
know.
there.
to do it
I do.
yourself.
I know.
Believe it or not, I know a lot of pilots that have a fear of heights. It's
Really?
different. Yeah, it's different.
It
And
is
no,
Yep.
different
no,
when you're in a
Tom,
plane.
you have a
Yeah,
point because I can go on a roller coaster and be
yeah,
fine, but if
yeah,
I'm like standing on like it's weird how where my like literally I had to push people out of the way at an amusement park once because
yeah,
I started panicking like because I was
yeah,
in a line with my son to go on a
yeah.
water
No, I
slide.
believe it. Yeah,
And I was like, please just let me go down. Like I'm not trying to like, oh I gotta then they did. Everyone was very sympathetic and they got out of my way so I could go down the water slide with them, but it just hits you sometimes.
yeah. I could no way jump off those damn like. There's a girl, Molly. What's her name? She's Canadian. She's on YouTube. She's a Red Bull platform driver.
Hmm.
Travels around. There is no fucking way, man. You could offer me $100,000 to jump off those things, and I wouldn't do it. Here she is doing like 20 flips on the ways down.
We had an Olympic-sized pool by our house, and they used to let us swim and use the high boards to a certain extent. They wouldn't let us go to the top, but they'd let us go up to the third one up. And after that, that's when I was a little kid. After that, so fast forward years later, when I was 15, 16, and I had my first vehicle, I remember we started a regular event coming back if you're coming down the 400 towards Toronto, coming from Cottage Country. I think it's Washago was the best. It is the last bridge, and and last swimming spot before town, coming into Toronto. So we used to stop, jump off that bridge, and it was a good sized bridge, like high. I don't know how many feet, and I don't want to make it up. But and then have our last swim for the weekend before hitting Toronto. And I don't know, I just got used to jumping off heights, and it was easy. You just do it.
Yeah, and I would. That stuff wouldn't interest me. Look at the
No, I never
Mexican.
did.
Look at the Mexican Elvis.
Mexican
Rob.
Elvis.
Rob
Huh.
looks like Elvis when he's turned to the side.
Well, you guys, I have to go to bed and I hope everyone had a good night.
Yep.
And
All right,
Yep.
you have a nighty night.
all right, you
Bye,
guys
Yes.
everybody.
Good night,
Stephanie,
everybody.
nighty night.
Nighty night, guys.
See you,
You
Rob.
gotta sing us a song. It's the
Go easy, guys.
end
See you,
of the
Farm.
night.
Viva!